All right, so welcome everyone. Many of you on the call are founding delegates. Some people might not be founding delegates and wondering what is a founding delegate. Really the purpose of this call was to just circle back around. Last call that we had was right about the beginning, I think the first week of January. We were launching the Nasgo network in a pre-global offering. We had a founding delegate, kind of a special program we had allocated 50 million NSGs to, and we sold that out. So, congratulations. If you're a part of the founding delegate, you guys are more than stoked. This is going to be a fun ride. So I wanted to just update all of our founding delegates, as well as, there's people that are getting into what does Nasgo network do? Why is it valuable? These coins, NSG, what's the value? What's the demand supply? Why should we be a part of the Nasgo network? So tonight's call, what I wanted to do is just update everybody on what's been going on behind the scenes and really give you guys, from our perspective, the future of Nasgo, why we truly believe, whether we're kind of smoking our own hopium or not, but why we believe we're going to be the first $1 trillion platform, and doing all of the reverse engineering of the three components that we have between decentralized hosting, which is one of the biggest niches in the world with Amazon AWS and Google Cloud, with the iOS and App Store, which is our decentralized app store, and then Visa MasterCard with our cryptocurrency, and allowing people to do transactions around the world and not having a minimum or a maximum that you can transact. So when we last finished our founding delegate program, I had left about 2 days later to go to China. And the whole purpose of going to China was, number one, that really is our marketplace. So, just to give you a 2-minute on Nasgo network, if you're new to this call, just to give you, kind of bring you up to speed. Nasgo network was built from, our own issues and concerns and challenges that we were having doing business, especially from the US, trying to break into China. That, number one, we could never get our website into China. And it was, the IP is always blocked. So anytime I'm over in China, I can never access any social media. So through the Nasgo network and our decentralized hosting platform, which is a server node, so a Nasgo node, somebody can go download that onto their computer, and now they can provide validation power anywhere around the world. So if we have nodes in China, that makes it to where anybody that wants to put their website onto the Nasgo network, now you've got people that have the Nasgo nodes on their computer can download that website and provide validation power. And now it allows that website to be opened anywhere we have nodes, anywhere we have that server validation power around the world. So we've already got, in US, China, UK, China is growing extremely quick as far as just the word of mouth, the buzz is getting out there, and people coming on board with the Nasgo network to provide, server validation power. The second thing we were struggling with was, how do we get into the marketplace and advertise our company? And so what we did on Nasgo is, looking at where the world is going with Apple, iOS, and Google Play Store, we saw, that was where we're at. But the future, we believe, is a decentralized app store that allows more freedom for developers, more freedom for companies that want to come on and not get hammered with 30% commission fees, not get long approval processes, and be able to transact more than 99 cents. I think iOS is like 150 is the most. but you could never go on there and buy in the US, having property, a real estate company, and let's say the Chinese want to buy US property, how would you ever buy a property through an iOS app? But through Nasgo Network, you can do that. It's no minimum or maximum. Let me just make sure I've got everybody muted here.
You don't get demerit points for that. What's your name?
Paul Donovan. That was for 11 times.
All right, there we go. So we wanted to give the freedom to really transact minimum or up to millions of like real estate property using the Nasgo network and making it very simple to do that. So we're already starting to get a lot of buzz as far as people starting to recognize that, instead of like a Ripple that has one protocol, meaning they are a banking protocol. So that's what they do. Then there's other companies that do some decentralized hosting. And then there's other companies that do one other thing. We have 4 to 5 uses on the Nasgo network. And I think that's important. I wanted to make sure everybody understands that, because it all comes back to what's the use of the coin? What's the value of the coin? Why is this going to be valuable? And when you start to look at decentralized hosting, and every person is getting rewarded with NSG coins, transacting business, and every processing fee is getting transacted through NSG coins. Every ICO that launches on the Nasgo network, instead of Ethereum that takes months, it takes 15 to 20 minutes. And every ICO, the benchmark currency is NSG coins. What you find is that we have built an ecosystem, and the coins are the fuel. We wanted to make sure the NSG coins have value to them. That it's not like Bitcoin, love it, and it was the pioneer that came out. But the reality is what can you say, like, no, this is the use of it. I'm hoping more and more companies accept it and it becomes mainstream. But there isn't a very clear picture of exactly how, what company or what Bitcoin's model as far as the transactional value of it, supply and demand of it. Ethereum's doing a good job with the dApps and consensus and building value of this is why Ethereum has demand and supply behind it. So, all right, so let's get into, updates. So as I went to China, really our whole goal as we went to China after closing out the founding delegate program was to find one large marketing company in China. So there are massive, and when I say massive, we're talking these groups have tens of millions of people in their network, in their community, fans, followers, community that, get behind coins and just absolutely blow them up. Get behind companies and absolutely blow them up. So our number one goal, or number one target really, was a group that helped Bitcoin Cash launch and has really helped them, go from 0 to, I think, 9,000. Now I think they're around 1,500, 2,000. But they have a massive network that all are a part of, in the cryptocurrency, into blockchain, really understanding the companies. So we went out and met with them. Also another company, BT Capital. And both of those companies were extremely interested in us. We met with Bitcoin Cash team 3 following meetings and closed up a deal with them that they will be our new marketing partner, and they will be the lead marketing firm that pushes us into China. Now, what's interesting is we went there for one, we walked away with 8 big marketing companies that are all coming on board to market Nasgo Network. So market Nasgo Network to companies in China. And so really building our dApp marketplace, so our decentralized apps. So all the companies over there, we found within 5 minutes of us talking, they all went, "Oh my gosh, we need to be on your network. We're having issues with our IP getting blocked, or we can't transact. The banking is really struggling here." So there's a lot of challenges over there that Nasgo Network overcomes. And it's fun to see these large marketing companies that are extremely hard to get their attention, to have them so excited to be a part of Nasgo. So as a part of that, they are extremely connected in the crypto exchanges. So many of you had asked me before, well, when are you going to go on to, let me make sure everybody's muted here. So I've had many of you ask me, when is Nasgo going to go on to the exchanges? And I will tell you right now, as we were over there, one of the marketing partners that we have now locked up, they said, "Hey, let's get your coin on the Hooply and Binance next week. We know the owner, we can get you right on." And what's great is we're like, "Oh my gosh, we're like going to go on. We're going to immediately go on to these exchanges." Well, when we started to just have further discussions with them, we're not looking to do a pump and dump. This isn't about let's come out and let's do a couple $100 million and then the coin goes down and there's no meat behind it. We really look at this again. I go back to how do you become the first $1 trillion company? It's by blending the biggest niches in the world and then making it to where there's no resistance, no firewalls, nothing that's blocking it. And so kind of a roadmap that I wanted to just explain to everybody on the call tonight is that what we're going to do is put off going on to the exchanges about 3 to 4 months. And here, let me explain why. Number one is when you go on to the crypto exchange, you have to open up your source code within 60 days. I think it was 45 or 60 days. And what we found is there's companies right now, there's a company, that we've been watching that keeps talking like, saying verbiage like the Nasgo network. But every time we go into their white paper and go back into their GitHub, into their code, they're not doing anything. They're just, and they've done 400 million. And they're just sitting and churning. There's no programming happening, no updates happening. They're sitting and waiting. And what we're concerned about is that we put the millions and put the effort into building it first. And our concern is that if we just go onto the exchange and open up our source code, what you're going to have is other companies come over immediately, copy our source code, and claim it as their own. And that's a given. That's not even it might happen. It will happen. That's just what happens. And that's what's happening now with so many ICOs. People just go copy other people's ICO. They build a great marketing story, total scam, close out the ICO, and then nothing happens. And everybody wondering what just happened. And it's because it's much harder than people think. You don't just go find blockchain programmers and somebody like Cody, our CTO, that studies every ICO, every blockchain, understands every token, understands what's unique about them, what's their different processing, and we feel pretty fortunate to have Cody kind of leading the team, the technology team, and that's we want to protect that code that he's built. So what we want to do right now is focus on the dApps. So really, the applications that are put on to the Nasgo network, we would be the first blockchain network that has real dApps on it. And I will tell you right now, that alone, the PR of just showing that we're not just concept, that we actually are doing it. We're already a go-to-market product. We already have closed up close to 10 dApps that some smaller companies, some billion-dollar companies that are going to bring their web apps over into the Nasgo network. Probably the first DApp will be the global lottery, just because it has high transaction processing, which will increase the value of NSGs and the supply and demand of NSGs immediately. And we think it's a really cool concept. Instead of, a typical lottery where it's one person wins, $1 billion, it's going to be hundreds of thousands of people winning $1,000. And the whole idea is sparking entrepreneurship and helping people fund entrepreneurship around the world. And every lottery that happens every day, a charity will benefit. So we want to make it a positive thing. We want to make it, decentralized sharing and circulating money around the world, and making, we talk a lot about, we feel like we're freedom fighters, like we're passionate about entrepreneurship and the freedom of the innovation and spark of entrepreneurship, but want to allow people around the world to have a forum, have a place that from an idea to launching a company to being able to transact and with no resistance. And that's really what Nasgo Network is. So between having the companies come on into the marketplace, now when you launch on the crypto exchanges, now you've got value. Now people can understand and they can go and see that you're doing transactions, that your coin has value, that the company, the network is real, is that it's really doing what it said it's going to do. And everything we've said we're going to do, we're already ahead of schedule. And we think we're going to continue to beat timelines and be the first to market doing what we do, which is great. Because again, most people are just concept talking about it. It doesn't just happen the next day to go build the source code. That's why we are very protective of it. Next thing is already have US and China companies that are coming on. First step would be the global lottery, high processing fees. We just hired a global marketing company. They have offices in US, Miami, Poland, and China. And, for us, it's funny. I've had multiple people say, gosh, your website is so boring. It's so plain. In blockchain, there's kind of this battle. The developers, they're like, all that glitz and glamour, all that marketing stuff, all that fluff isn't for us. And so really when we first built it, it was just, very core. It was raw. And it was telling from technology developers, anytime that they came and read our white paper, we got a ton of people coming to us going, this is incredible what you guys are doing, and it's real. But it was really built for developers. So now we're going mainstream. And so we've brought on a marketing company to help us go mainstream and tell the story in a very simple way. Instead of getting into, technical details, really telling the story that the mass market can understand why Nasgo Network is so valuable and what's the future and vision of the network. So they are already creating updated PowerPoint presentations, just because we've got, again, those large teams in China that are going to be taking it to these networks and companies. They will be translated into Chinese, and also video explainers that will be put out this week. Also, you'll see website updating end of this week. Should be end of this week. They were just telling me most likely by the weekend they'll have the updated Nasgo website. And then we will also, once that's going, you'll start seeing more PR that we're going to start putting out into the media. So Nasgo Network starts to get a lot more buzz, a lot more excitement in the community. We are right now, I leave for Singapore tomorrow. Then I'll be there 4 days and meeting with large VC companies that are extremely interested in bringing their companies and all of their clients' companies over onto the Nasgo network. Then I fly to Hong Kong, and I'll have meetings in Hong Kong with companies there, and then going into Shenzhen. And I've got 4 days of meetings. And you guys, every day is like nonstop meetings from morning till night. So it's exciting. You know, we feel like there's a lot, it's the right time. Everybody's talking about blockchain. It's the right model. They love the, you know, the decentralized app store, the hosting, ICOs on demand, the cryptocurrency part of it. So we've got the, you know, the right model. And so it's exciting to see how many companies and how many CEOs and large marketing firms are actually flying in to come meet us. So we see, you know, within the next 30 days, 45 days, ending the global offering and moving into the mainnet, which is now, like we talked about with the founding delegate, where the block rewards start happening, where the system starts creating every 17 minutes those block rewards. That will also give us time to get our first dApps onto Nasgo network to start creating those processing transaction fees also. So that's great news for all the founding delegates, and great news for anybody that's holding NSG coins as the value will continue to go up. All right, so tonight, what I wanted to do is announce a special promotion that we're doing that I think you guys are going to be pretty excited. So as I talked about the Nasgo network in the App Store, the decentralized App Store, the dApp Store, you've got the chicken and the egg, right? If there's nobody in the marketplace, why do companies and developers want to come develop when there's nobody in the marketplace to consume and purchase those products? But why would consumers go into a marketplace if there's no companies offering products and services, right? So what we've done is we've noticed, you know, we're getting the companies that are now excited and coming on board. What we need is the consumers. We need the mass market of people coming in, owning NSG coins, ready to buy, you know, in the global lottery. You know, if you've got coins, you can immediately start jumping into this global lottery and being a participant. So what we are announcing tonight, I just shot a video. We're going to start doing a full promotion about it. You guys are hearing it first right here. Is a 10 NSGs free for just signing up on Nasgo.com. So everyone that signs up with a new account will see 10 NSG coins in their wallet. You guys, 10 NSG coins free for just signing up. And the whole purpose, you know, I was telling a couple people this and they're like, oh, what's the hook? Man, you're scamming people, aren't you? What's going on here? Just because everybody's so, you know, scared that, and they should be, you know, there are a lot of scams out there with ICOs and with, I mean, there was just a big company in China that did $150 billion USD in 1 year and shut down. Total scam. And just left massive wreckage over in China. That's why a lot of them are coming to us. Just, and you know, there's been some things in the news recently, many people on this call that have felt it personally, that, you know, we want to give them hope. We want to, you know, give them a place to be excited about and be a part of. And so with this and everybody on the call, this is something we feel can go very viral, that anybody that you let know about Nasgo, they can go sign up on Nasgo.com, go get sign up an account free, and immediately have 10 NSG coins right in their wallet. And again, the whole point of this is we want to make it going through the Chinese New Year that everybody, I mean, we're launching it here in the US, but once it goes over to China and we announce it this next week, it's going to go bananas for sure. Just because, you know, they don't even think about it. They put it into WeChat groups and those coins just go like crazy. Everybody starts signing up. So we'll have a good sized market in China, but we want to create that large community here in the US. And so again, anybody that goes to Nasgo.com, they will click on global offering. They'll click on sign up. They'll enter their email, create a password, and then they have to have an activation code. So every one of you on this call most likely already has an account. So you have an activation code or referral code. You need to provide that to anybody you have come over to get that free 10 SGs. So they have to have they cannot come direct. They have to go and with an activation code. So they have to have an activation code from you. So you will give them that activation code. They will click sign up. Then they'll verify their email. Then they can go back and log in to their Nasgo.com global offering, go log in, and right in their wallet, they'll have 10 NSG coins. So you guys, we're excited because we think this will, easily hit 100,000 people that are signed up on Nasgo.com and have a marketplace to where all these companies, how valuable is that to go and say, hey, we've got, a marketplace of 100,000 plus people, all with 10 or more coins in their wallet, ready to look at what's available. And so like the global offering, we've got some casino games that casinos just keep coming to us going, man, we love this network. This is going to be so amazing. There's going to be a ton of games, ton of that sort of stuff. But we're excited about, building this community extremely quick and making it to where people are a part of it. I just want to mention, and many of you may not know this, but really we took this whole concept from Gmail. When Gmail launched, they actually gave away 5 Bitcoin when you would sign up and create a Gmail account. 5 Bitcoin. So at the time it was, worth, pennies. But you look at it today and what Bitcoin is at. Imagine if you went and signed up 5 accounts. And with Bitcoin, what it is today. What we want to do is share that message that, that's how they built Gmail and got it just to explode out of the gate, is incentivizing with Bitcoin. We want to incentivize with our NSG coins because we know they'll be valuable, but it's only as valuable as the marketplace. We already have the companies coming on board. We're excited for you guys to help us build the community, the consumer marketplace, as well as the PR and ads that we're going to start doing around it. Now, I want to mention that every person that, has somebody sign up and they get their NSG coins and they used your activation code, just remember that we had a bonus program during this global offering that every person you referred, you got 1% of their purchase in a bonus of NSG coins. Now, if you have 10 people that you have referred in this program, you will automatically be increased to 5% bonus of NSG coins of anybody that you referred that activated using your code and purchased up above their free account. You will be bonused in NSG coins. Now, guys, this is not network marketing. As I'm sitting here talking, I'm like, man, I got to make sure this is purely a one-level affiliate program. So this is not network marketing. I want to make sure everybody understands that this is just, we wanted to kind of follow Gmail and with this promotion, but we already had that 1% and 5% bonus incentive program in place before we started this promotion. So we had a discussion, do we end that early or do we continue it through? And we're just going to continue it through. So I hope you guys are excited. We've got a lot, I'm definitely going to probably every 15 to 20 days, I'll jump on and do an update just so you guys can hear what companies are coming on, what we're doing, what successes we're having. We have a huge thing right now with the Shenzhen Stock Exchange. They have a new program called an EQ. It's not EQ Hub, it's Incubator something. I can't remember, Incubator something. But they go and choose what they see as the future companies, and we have been chosen for that. So there's already about 40 to 50 media companies that are on board to let the world know about these special companies, and we have been chosen as one of those. So there is a ton of stuff that I won't get into tonight, that I'll keep updating on ongoing webinars, ongoing Zoom meetings. But we're excited of what we're already seeing, the excitement we're already seeing from the marketplace as far as the companies, and as far as people excited about our coins and seeing the value of them. So that is it for tonight. I will make sure to keep you guys posted as I'm heading off to Singapore and China here tomorrow. And remember, the 10 NSG free promotion, please get out there, help us, especially as founding delegates. I mean, you guys are a part of the company and really the foundation. And even people, we've got a lot of people coming in outside of founding delegates, purchasing a lot of the NSG coins. We really see every one of you as partners. At the end of the day, the whole mindset of what we're building is something way bigger than myself, than Steve, than Cody, than the team. This is something that, I look at it like the World Wide Web. As it was given out into the world, it becomes way bigger than whoever created it. It becomes something that the people own. And, the more and more the NSGs go out, the more and more people own the network. And we're excited about that. That's something we're passionate about it. And we're all about that, kind of freedom that gives everybody. So thank you very much, you guys. There will be another update here shortly. Make sure that you stay tuned this week. Watch the websites, watch the marketing pieces that start coming out. If you love what you're seeing, please, connect with us and let us know how we're doing. Let us know if you love the direction and the new marketing pieces. And we're excited about this promotion and get your guys' feedback as it gets going. All right, thanks. Thanks, you guys. Really appreciate your time tonight. I will send this recording out to some of the top leaders on here that can push this out into the network. Thank you again for spending the time and learning more about Nasgo, but also, what's some of the updates that have happened recently from our last call. So have a great night, you guys. We'll talk to you soon.
Great job, brother.